Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you are doing extremely well, and this is your very own mascot at this side. Welcome to yet another lecture of binary tree, right? Okay, the problem that we are going to discuss in this video is same tree. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that whenever you encounter a problem with binary tree, firstly start thinking about traversals, right? This is the mantra of the whole playlist, that 99% of the problems are solved by the traversals in case of the binary tree. Now let us look at the problem. The problem is same tree. What does it say? As the question suggests, you have been given two roots, root 1 representing tree 1 and root 2 representing tree 2. You have to tell me whether root 1 and root 2 are representing the exactly same trees. So you can see 1 is equals to 1, 2 is equals to 2, 3 is equals to 3. The values are same. Values are same. First condition for the same tree, and the second condition is connections are also same. That is, 2 is present on the left side. If it would have something been like this, if the problem would have been like this, that 1 2 3 and 1 3 2, you can see the values are still same, 1 1 2 2 3 3, but the connections are interchanged. 2 is at the left here, but 2 is at the right here, so you will return false in this case, right? So my second condition is connections should be identical. If these two conditions follow for each and every node, you can see that 1 2 3 4, 1 is actually getting correct connections. 1 is here, 1 is here, 2 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, 3 is here, but 3 is actually not getting correct connections. If somewhat like this would be have been there, then also it will be false, because 3 is right is 4 here and 3 is left is 4 here. So you have to check these two conditions for each node, and if it is true for each node, return true, otherwise return false, right? The problem is actually very simple, right? As simple as it sounds, it is actually very simple as that only, right? Now how will you solve it? So I've given you first hint, traversals. How will you use traversals to your ease? So suppose I take two trees, let me make something complicated out of them. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and another tree is, let us take the same tree only, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I said use traversal. So first point you have to keep thinking about is traversal. How can I use them? Okay, so you are currently standing on these two nodes. This is root 1, this is root 2. Root 1 and root 2, right? Suppose my function is f, which is called for root 1 and root 2, right? The first factor is value should be same. So if these two roots are actually the same tree, then that means this one should have been equal to this one. This one should have been equal to this one. So what will I say? First condition is if root 1 value is not equals to root 2 value, return false. No need to check further, because the values are not equal, they are definitely not identical, right? But if this passes, because in this condition you can say this is passing, 1 is equals to 1. Moving on, what will I say? The second condition was the connection should be same. How can I ensure about connection? So this condition is checking my values. So can I say if this is actually equal, these nodes are actually equal, the left subtree, that is this subtree, and the left subtree of the root 2, that is this subtree, should also be equal. So call this function recursively. Traversals for actually dealing with recursion, right? So not to say, but many problems will be done by recursion only. So call the left subtree as well. So if f of root 1 left with root 2 left are is equal, if this is returning true, then that means left subtree is true, but I also need to check the right subtree as well. So if root 2 right, this is root 1, sorry, if root 2 right equals to root 2 right, if this condition is not working, that is the values are equal, this condition is working and this condition is working, return true. The code is as simple as that. What will happen? It will go to 2. The problem doesn't stop here. 2 will actually go for left and right, but the left and right are null here. So after 2, values are same. So it will go towards this node. It will go towards these two nodes, but these are null. So what can I do now? I will have to add the base condition. Recursion always comes with a base condition. What is the base condition? There can be two conditions. The first condition is, suppose something like this occurs. Root 1 has a 2 but has a 3 here, and root 2 has a 2 but doesn't have anything here. So my recursion call will be stated for this null node and this 3. I will have to return false. I will have to return false. So what will I do? The first condition is, if root 1 is also null and my root 2 is also null, if both of them are null, you can simply return true, right? If I'm comparing null node with null node, they are true, right? I will return true. But if root 1 is null, this is AND condition, and root 2 is not null, and root 2 is not null, what will I do in that condition? If root 1 is null and root 2 is not null, the same condition is here. Suppose this is null and this is 3. What will I do in that case? False. Not to mention false, because the nodes are not equal, obviously. Third condition is, if root 1 is null, not null, and root 2 is null, and root 2 is null. Now what will you do? You will again return false. The condition is only reversed, right? So it is this case, 3 and 0. Now, is there any smart way to reduce these three conditions into two conditions? So I've actually learned this through the LeetCode solution tabs only. What is the way of writing is, suppose I say if root 1 equals to null and root 2 equals to null. So we discussed this is a case of true. I will be returning true, right? The second condition I will write is, if root 1 equals to null or root 2 equals to null, right? In that case, return false. You will say, how is that gonna work? So it is actually very simple. Try to apply your mind. These two conditions are true. These two conditions are true. I'm returning true, and the program ends. But if the program is not ending, 0 0 is sorted, right? Null is sorted. But if this condition is not getting true, that means the program will not end. The program will come on this line, and for this to work, any one of them have to be true. That is, 1 0 should be true or 0 1 should be true. It will not work for 1 1. That is, if both of them are not null, this condition will not write. This condition is already excluded because of this condition. 1 0 and the 0 1, that is null root and root null are only two conditions for which it will return false. These three conditions are actually reducing to these two conditions. This is just a smart way to write. Interviewer might get impressed if you try to write like this. Okay. So these are my base conditions. I will write these base conditions before my code of the recursion. So what will happen? 2 will return true because null is comparing null, null is comparing null. It will return true. Coming to 3, recursion will come to these nodes. 3 will compare 4 and this null with this null. For this null it is true. But for the 4 will return, check the values. 4 is equals to 4. Okay, move on. Check these values. Again equal, right? Come to 5. 5 is again equal. Check for 6. 6. Again equal. 7 equal. Because these both are equal and the value is equal, this is also equal. And because the left and the right is equal, 4 is also equal. And because 4 is equal, 3 is equal. 3 and 2 both are equal, so 1 is equal. And because 1 is equal, I will be returning true. Otherwise, I will be returning false. If this 1 was not equal, I will be returning false. That is the actual code. This is the pseudocode, and I hope you are able to confirm with the dry run. Still, I assume that there can be doubts left. I'm always able to explain your doubts in the comment section. Also, if you feel to connect with me on the one-to-one basis, you can DM me. My social media handles are in the description as well. So please feel free to contact with me, right? And let us try to write the code down. Alright guys, so here is the coding section. As you can see, I'm using LeetCode platform. So let us start writing the code. But before that, please, if you are new here, if you are new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram, connect with me on LinkedIn, and engage with me, right? Okay. If my P and my Q both are null, in that case return true. Done. But if my P or my Q, that is one of them, is null, return false. The base conditions are set. Moving on, if P value is equals to Q value, this is the first condition. With AND, I will use AND again. Now I will call the same function, that is same tree for P left and Q left. So actually merged the if conditions. Okay, this is the second condition, and the last condition will be something like this. But for right, if P right is equals to Q right, if all these conditions are true, in that case return true. Otherwise return false. Return false. So what I have done is, first condition, if both of them are null, return true. If one of them is null, return true. Return false, sorry. Otherwise the first condition is the value should be same, the left subtree should be same, and the right subtree should be same. These are the only conditions I need to check, right? Oh yeah, let us try to compile and run it. Hope it will work fine, should not give any error. It is working fine. Let us try it for submit as well. Should not give any error again. Okay, it is getting accepted. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope you understood the code. And now let us move to the next video in the playlist. Thank you. Have a nice day.